Hey gang, X-Team Featurette. I'm Chris. Today I'm going to be talking about the Psycho Biddy double feature by Mill Creek Entertainment. This is Strait-Jacket and Berserk on a Blu-ray. They are both on one disc. Mill Creek sent this to me for review, and I am like so super glad they did because it was awesome. It was right up my alley. These both of these movies they star Joan Crawford, and I really can't recall any Joan Crawford movies that I've seen in the past. I never really like picked out her stuff, but I might do that in the future because these were awesome. So I'll give a quick review on both of these movies, and then I'll talk about the disc itself and everything. So the first one I watched was Berserk, and in that one, Joan Crawford plays like the owner of a circus, like a traveling circus. What I did not like about Berserk was that it taking place in a circus, it had a lot of scenes where there were like circus performances, and there were a lot that contained animals, and I'm a vegetarian. I don't like circuses in general, and I hate seeing animals in old movies, you know, back before there was like the, you know, no animals were harmed in the making this movie, you know, requirements and everything, before PETA was breathing down everyone's back. So I always hate to see animals in old movies, just, you know, because I feel like they were mistreated in general. But even aside from that, if you put all that aside, the sequences were way too long. Like, I didn't put this disc in thinking that I'm going to be going to the circus. There was one with like a woman with dancing poodles, there was one with a lion tamer, and I didn't fast forward through any because I didn't know how long they were going to be, but I think next time I watch this, I definitely will fast forward through them because they added nothing at all to the story, other than showing off the circus acts. So that's my biggest complaint about this movie. So other than all that, I really liked this movie. I thought that the characters were awesome, and Joan Crawford did an amazing job in her role. She played the owner of this circus, and one of her performers met like a really mysterious, tragic end. I think he was like the tightrope walker, is that what you call it? And he fell, which was like really weird. Like, I guess his one of his like mechanisms gave out or something, and it was like, well, who could have like sabotaged it, because who can get up there? And apparently everyone in the circus can. So there was this huge investigation, and then I guess somebody else died, and so then it's like, okay, this isn't just a, you know, one-off, like somebody's going around killing these carnies. So like basically like Scotland Yard gets involved and blah blah blah, and there's like a love interest between Joan Crawford and the new circus performer that replaces the old tightrope walker. And it's kind of like, well, you came to town at a convenient time, sir. Like, we just lost a tightrope walker, and here you are that very same day saying, hey, can I have a job? So you know, things are all too convenient, and it was just a lot of fun. It was definitely not a predictable movie. I would say it was really well made, and like there were some scenes where they were like where Joan Crawford was being tailed in the caravans and stuff, like the trailers like weaving in and out, like a dark figures following her. So there was some really cool elements to that movie. Really enjoyed it. I would definitely fast forward through the animal parts next time because it was just unnecessary. But then moving on to Strait-Jacket. So Berserk was actually in color. It came out in '67. Strait-Jacket was in black and white. It came out in '63. But that was about, like, and, you know, Joan Crawford does an amazing job as, like, a Psycho Biddy. So this is aptly named. But she is, like, this disgruntled housewife, and she comes home to find her husband sleeping with another woman. And she doesn't take kindly to that, so she chops them up with an axe, both of them. So her daughter watches all of this. Her like little girl is in the other room, like witnessing her mom murder her dad, and her dad's like, you know, ho. So she has this like really obnoxious jingly jangly bracelet on. It has like a bunch of charms and weird stuff, and that's all you hear as she's like hacking them with an axe. I thought that was like really bizarre. So like then you fast forward to the future, and the daughter's all grown up, and Joan Crawford's being released from her like mental institution after like, you know, so many years, like 15, 20 years or something. And it's like she has to adjust to society now. She's going to live with her brother and his family, who had been taking care of her daughter since she was basically orphaned whenever, you know, Joan Crawford got locked up and the dad was dead. So it shows her like trying to adjust, and her daughter's like taking her around, like, you know, she's happy to have her mom back in her life and everything. So it's really weird. They live on this farm. It's like a really cute place, and there's like this really creepy farmhand who's like always milling around, and you don't really trust him because he's all weird looking. And he like, I really enjoyed his character. I thought that he was really cool. But other than that, like, I don't want to give too much away about this movie because I really think that you should pick up this release and watch it for yourself. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was just like, I watched Strait-Jacket with Louis Switcher, and he said that it seems like a film noir. The music was like really, it was fitting, I'll just say. And the release looked great. This is, you know, obviously it's a Blu-ray, but it didn't look like, you know, some Blu-rays you'll get and it just looks like they copied like a VHS or something. This actually like looked really, really good. And the music in both the movies was awesome, and it had really good sound quality. So, you know, kudos to Mill Creek for putting out this release. I own a bunch of their stuff because they put out like everything. But this is the first time that I actually watched one of their releases and was like looking for those things. So that was really cool. But other than that, it is like, it's pretty bare bones. It says that the runtime for Strait-Jacket is 93 minutes. The runtime for Berserk is 96. So they're just like average, you know, like old movie runtimes. The only really notable thing, Strait-Jacket was directed by William Castle, so that's really cool. Berserk, who directed Berserk? That would be Jim O'Connelly, who I am not familiar with. But they were both really good. I would definitely say that I preferred Strait-Jacket, I think, just because of all the filler that seemed to be in Berserk. But if you take all that out, it was still a really solid movie. So both of these are fun. It's definitely a great double feature. But yeah, I mean, let me know. Have you seen either of these? Or, you know, better yet, do you know of any other Joan Crawford movies that I should be watching? Because I really enjoyed these and I want to watch more of her stuff. So thank you guys for watching this review. Thank you, Mill Creek, for sending this to me because it was sweet. And I will be doing more reviews in the future. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching.